Welcome to Sin City, where the night never sleeps, Pattaya. The name alone conjures up images. Vivid, intoxicating, and maybe a little bit dangerous. This is a city that doesn't sleep, a place where inhibitions are left at the airport. Known globally as Sin City, Pattaya has a reputation that precedes it. It's a reputation built on hedonism and cheap thrills. The moment you step off the plane, the humid air hits you. The scent of street food mingles with the perfume of flowers. The cacophony of traffic, music, and laughter is intoxicating. Pattaya is a city that doesn't apologize for its indulgences. It's a place where you come to escape, to let loose, and to find whatever it is you're looking for. But beneath the surface of neon lights and go-go bars, there's another side to Pattaya. It's a city of complexities, a place where traditional Thai culture rubs shoulders with the excesses of the modern world. This is a city of contradictions, a place where the sacred and the profane coexist in a chaotic, exhilarating dance. Pattaya is not for the faint of heart. It's a city that will challenge your perceptions, push your boundaries, and leave you breathless. It's a place where you can lose yourself, find yourself, or simply surrender to the moment. This is the story of Pattaya, Sin City, in all its gritty, glamorous glory. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date with our exciting adventures. Stay with us to the end because you don't want to miss this. The allure of Pattaya. The streets of Pattaya pulse with frenetic energy. Tuk-tuks weave through traffic, their horns blaring. The air is thick with the scent of spices and exhaust fumes. Laughter spills out from open-air bars. Pattaya is a feast for the senses. The colors are brighter, the music louder. It's a place to indulge your every whim. Pattaya offers something for everyone, but the allure runs deeper than nightlife. There's a raw beauty to be found. The beaches offer glimpses of paradise. The people possess warmth and resilience. Pattaya gets under your skin. It's a memory etched into your soul. A city of contrasts, of light and shadow. It will seduce and challenge you. A city of contrasts, beyond the neon lights. Beyond the neon-drenched streets and the pulsating nightlife, there's another side to Pattaya. A side that often gets overlooked in the rush to experience the city's more notorious offerings. This is a city of contrasts, where ancient temples stand in stark contrast to towering skyscrapers, and traditional Thai values clash with the realities of a globalized world. Step away from the main tourist drags and you'll find a different Pattaya. Local markets bustle with activity, offering a glimpse into everyday life. Families gather in parks, children laughing and playing as their parents chat amongst themselves. The scent of incense hangs heavy in the air around Buddhist temples, a reminder that spirituality still holds a place in this city of earthly desires. Pattaya is a city of contradictions. It's a place where you can find both the sacred and the profane, often within the space of a single block. It's a city that can be both exhilarating and exhausting, overwhelming and strangely comforting. To truly understand Pattaya, you need to look beyond the surface. You need to embrace the contradictions to see the beauty in the chaos, and to recognize the humanity that exists beneath the neon lights. The heart of the action, Pattaya's beating pulse. The heart of Pattaya beats loudest after dark. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the city, a different kind of energy takes hold. The streets come alive with a cacophony of sound and light. Music spills out from countless bars and clubs, beckoning you to join the party. Walking Street, the epicenter of Pattaya's nightlife, transforms into a kaleidoscope of neon and flesh. Go-go bars line the street, their facades adorned with flashing lights and seductive promises. Music thumps from within, a mix of Western pop and Thai dance tracks. Tourists and locals alike flock to Walking Street, drawn by the promise of cheap drinks, easy company, and a night of uninhibited fun. The air is thick with a mixture of excitement, anticipation, and a hint of danger. This is not a place for the faint of heart, but for those seeking to escape the ordinary. It's a playground of possibilities. But Walking Street is just one piece of the puzzle. Pattaya's nightlife extends far beyond this infamous strip. From sophisticated cocktail bars to seedy beer bars, from pulsating nightclubs to intimate karaoke lounges, there's something to cater to every taste and every budget. From Sleepy Village to Sin City, the seeds of transformation To understand Pattaya's transformation, we need to rewind. Before the neon lights, Pattaya was a tranquil paradise. Picture a crescent-shaped bay kissed by turquoise waters. Coconut palms swayed in the gentle breeze. Fishermen mended their nets, faces weathered by the sea. Life moved at a languid pace, governed by the tides. The Vietnam War sowed the seeds of transformation. American troops sought solace, forever altering Pattaya. The Vietnam War, a catalyst for change. The arrival of American GIs in the 1960s marked a turning point in Pattaya's history. What began as a trickle soon became a flood, as thousands of soldiers descended upon this sleepy village seeking respite from the horrors of war. With their pockets full of cash and a thirst for entertainment, they brought with them an insatiable appetite for pleasure. The demand for entertainment, for a taste of home and a temporary escape from the realities of war, created a burgeoning market. Bars sprouted up like mushrooms after the rain, their neon signs casting an alluring glow over the once tranquil streets. Restaurants expanded their menus to cater to Western palates, the aroma of sizzling burgers and fries mingling with the scent of spicy Thai curries. Pattaya, once a sleepy backwater, was jolted awake. The influx of foreign currency and foreign influence brought about rapid development. Roads were paved, hotels were built, and the once tranquil fishing village began its metamorphosis into the bustling city we know today. The presence of American soldiers, while a boon to the local economy, also brought with it a darker side. R and the rise of the sex industry. R, rest and recreation, became synonymous with Pattaya. Soldiers flocked to the city, seeking to forget the horrors of war. Bars catered to their desires, offering escape from the battlefield. The sex industry, fueled by foreign money, became entrenched. The lines between right and wrong became blurred. The legacy of this era continues to cast a long shadow over Pattaya. As the Vietnam War drew to a close and American troops withdrew, Pattaya faced a crossroads. The city that had come to rely so heavily on the patronage of soldiers found itself at a turning point. Would it sink back into obscurity, or could it reinvent itself for a new era? The answer, as history has shown, was a resounding yes. Pattaya, with its established infrastructure, its reputation as a playground for adults, and its strategic location on the Gulf of Thailand, was perfectly poised to capitalize on the burgeoning global tourism industry. Travel became more accessible, and tourists from around the world, lured by the promise of sun, sand, and exotic experiences, began to discover Pattaya. The city, once a haven for soldiers seeking solace, transformed itself into a destination for pleasure seekers of all stripes. New hotels sprung up along the coastline, their facades gleaming in the tropical sun. Restaurants catering to a more diverse clientele emerged, offering a smorgasbord of culinary delights. And the nightlife, no longer solely catering to the tastes of homesick GIs, evolved to encompass a wider range of entertainment, from discos to cabaret shows. The sex industry, while still a prominent feature, also underwent a transformation. Go-go bars, once frequented primarily by American soldiers, adapted to cater to a more international clientele. The rise of the internet and sex tourism further fueled the industry, attracting visitors from all corners of the globe. Pattaya, while still clinging to its reputation as Sin City, began to diversify. Family-friendly attractions were developed alongside the more risque offerings. Shopping malls and theme parks sprung up, offering alternative forms of entertainment. The city, once synonymous with one particular type of pleasure, was evolving into a multifaceted destination. It became a place where you could indulge in hedonistic pursuits or enjoy a relaxing family vacation, where you could sample world-class cuisine or bargain for souvenirs in a bustling market. The evolution continues to this day. Pattaya, while still grappling with the legacy of its past, is a city in constant flux, a place where tradition and modernity collide, and where the boundaries of morality are continuously tested and redefined. Walking Street. The name itself crackles with anticipation. As dusk descends, this road awakens, transforming into a pulsating artery of neon and music. It's a spectacle that assaults the senses, intoxicating and overwhelming. Imagine a narrow street, bathed in the glow of 1,000 neon signs. Music spills out from every doorway, a cacophony of thumping bass lines. The air is thick with the scent of perfume, sweat, and something more illicit. This is Walking Street, Pattaya's beating heart of hedonism. Beyond the go-go bars, exploring Pattaya's nightlife spectrum. Walking Street is the epicenter, but there's more to discover. Venture beyond the chaos for diverse entertainment. From cocktail lounges to beer bars, nightclubs to live music venues, Pattaya satisfies every nocturnal craving. Rooftop bars offer panoramic city views. Live jazz bars set a sophisticated mood. Dance the night away in unique nightclubs, or enjoy a laid-back evening in beer bars. Soi 6, a sensory overload of sights and sounds, a microcosm of Pattaya's red light district, a sensory overload that assaults you from the moment you step foot inside. It's a place where reality and fantasy blur, where anything goes. Imagine a kaleidoscope of neon lights, each sign promising pleasure. Go-go bars line the street, revealing stages where dancers gyrate to pulsating music. The air is thick with perfume, sweat, and a hint of something illicit. Touts promise the most beautiful girls, the cheapest drinks, and an unforgettable experience. Music blasts from every doorway, creating a soundtrack to the hedonism. Soi 6 is not for the faint of heart. It's a place of raw energy, where the pursuit of pleasure reigns supreme. Pattaya Beach Road, where the action spills onto the sand. As the sun sets, Pattaya Beach Road comes alive. Neon lights illuminate bars, restaurants, and nightclubs. Music fills the air, creating a vibrant soundtrack. The aroma of street food mingles with the scent of salt air. Tourists and locals flock to Beach Road for cheap drinks and lively entertainment. Street vendors hawk their wares amidst the roar of motorcycle engines. The atmosphere becomes charged as the night deepens. Crowds spill onto the beach where fire dancers perform. Beach parties rage until dawn. Pattaya Beach Road showcases the city's hedonistic spirit. Here, the line between day and night blurs. Section 5. The Darker Side of Paradise. Navigating the Underbelly. Pattaya's nightlife has a darker side. The sex industry operates in a legal gray area. Many women work out of economic necessity, often trafficked. Scams targeting tourists are common. Pickpocketing and theft are frequent in crowded areas. Exercise caution and common sense. Be wary of overly friendly strangers. Avoid flashing large sums of cash or expensive jewelry. If you partake in the red light district, be aware of the risks. Understand the ethical implications involved. Navigate Pattaya's nightlife with eyes wide open. Section 1. A global melting pot, the faces of Pattaya's nightlife. Walking Street is a global melting pot. Tourists and expats mingle in a vibrant scene. There's a palpable sense of liberation. Britons, Russians, Australians, and Americans share beers. Look closer to see the faces behind the stereotypes. Middle-aged businessmen seek escape from corporate life. Young backpackers explore the world's pleasures. Groups of friends celebrate milestones. Pattaya's nightlife strips away societal norms. It reveals the raw desires that unite us all. Embrace the anonymity of the crowd. If you enjoyed this glimpse into Pattaya's nightlife, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. Section 2. The Allure of Escape. Seeking solace in sensation. Pattaya draws a diverse crowd for various reasons. Some seek cheap thrills and readily available pleasures. Others seek a deeper escape from the mundane. Pattaya offers a chance to shed everyday life's weight. It's a place where pleasure is the ultimate pursuit. Some seek physical indulgence, others emotional release. There's freedom in being a stranger in a strange land. Pattaya provides the perfect backdrop for exploration. Within Pattaya's nightlife, a distinct expat community exists. Drawn by low living costs and warm weather, expats find a niche. They gather in bars and restaurants where English is spoken. They form their own communities and support networks. Some expats reinvent themselves, finding love and starting families. Others live transient lives, seeking fleeting connections. They are veterans of Pattaya's nightlife. Their faces tell stories of countless nights chasing pleasure. Pattaya is still Thailand, rooted in tradition and Buddhist values. Thais working in nightlife balance cultural norms with industry demands. Many work to support families in a country with limited opportunities. They approach their work with professionalism and pragmatism. Pattaya's transformation impacts Thai society. Traditional values clash with overt hedonism, yet Thai culture endures amidst the neon lights. Understanding Pattaya's nightlife requires acknowledging this cultural interplay. The air hung thick with cigarette smoke and cheap perfume. A cacophony of thumping bass lines and girlish laughter spilled out from the go-go bars. I found myself wedged between a group of rowdy Australians and a solitary figure nursing a beer. He wore a crumpled linen suit, his salt and pepper hair neatly combed. Intrigued, I ordered another whiskey and sidled up to him. "First time in Pattaya?" I ventured. He chuckled. "Hardly, my boy. Been coming here for years. Name's Arthur, retired lawyer. We talked for hours that night, 2 ships passing in the neon-lit night." Section 2. Lost in Translation, a comedy of cultural misunderstandings. The midday sun beat down on Pattaya Beach Road. I was famished, my stomach growling louder than the tuk-tuks. I ducked into a small, nondescript restaurant. The menu, a laminated monstrosity with faded photos and questionable translations. I pointed randomly at a dish labeled Spicy Pork Surprise. The elderly woman behind the counter smiled warmly. "You like spicy, yes?" she asked. Yes, spicy good," I replied. What arrived was a steaming bowl of vibrant red broth. It screamed danger. Floating amidst the chili peppers were chunks of something. I took a tentative sip, my taste buds instantly ablaze. It was like a party in my mouth, and everyone was screaming. Through watering eyes, I caught the eye of the old woman. She beamed, her eyes twinkling with amusement. "Spicy good, yes?" she repeated. I managed a weak smile, my mouth still on fire. "Spicy. Very good," I croaked. Section 3. The Price of Pleasure, a glimpse behind the curtain. The go-go bar pulsated with frenetic energy. Dancers gyrated on stage, their smiles as artificial as the neon lights. The air reeked of sweat, cheap alcohol, and desperation. Her name was Dao, a delicate beauty with sad eyes. She told me about her village in Isan, the poorest region of Thailand. I have to send money home. I left the bar that night with a heavy heart, my romanticized notions shattered. Acts of kindness in Sin City. The relentless heat of a Pattaya afternoon had driven me in search of shade. I found myself in a small, dusty park. An older Thai man sat feeding pigeons, a gentle smile on his face. In a city defined by pleasure, his quiet compassion was a beacon of humanity. Later, ladyboys on Walking Street stopped to help a homeless man, his eyes filled with gratitude, their faces radiating warmth. Amidst the hedonism, glimpses of hope and kindness still shone through. The morality tightrope, navigating the ethical minefield. Pattaya's allure is undeniably intertwined with its reputation as a haven for uninhibited pleasure. The sex industry, though woven into the fabric of Pattaya's identity, operates in a murky moral landscape. The presence of child sex tourism casts a dark stain on the city's conscience. It's a city that demands introspection, forcing us to confront our own moral compass. Behind the smiles, the human cost of the sex industry. The glittering facade of Pattaya's nightlife often obscures the human stories that unfold within its shadows. Behind the seductive smiles and provocative performances lies a complex web of individual circumstances, economic disparities, and societal pressures that drive people into the sex industry. Many of the women and men who work in Pattaya's bars and massage parlors come from impoverished backgrounds, hailing from rural villages or neighboring countries where opportunities for economic advancement are limited. They are often driven by a sense of duty to their families, sending remittances home to support aging parents, put siblings through school, or simply to provide food on the table. The work itself can be grueling, emotionally draining, and fraught with risks. Exploitation by bar owners, physical and sexual abuse at the hands of customers, and the constant threat of sexually transmitted infections are just some of the challenges they face. It's easy to judge, to distance ourselves from the realities of this world, to view it as a transaction devoid of emotional consequence. But behind every transaction, there's a human being with their own hopes, dreams, and vulnerabilities. Recognizing this fundamental truth is the first step towards empathy and understanding. Whispers of change calls for reform and regulation. In recent years, a growing chorus of voices has called for reform and regulation within Pattaya's sex industry. Human rights organizations, social workers, and even some within the industry itself are demanding better working conditions, increased protection from exploitation, and access to healthcare and education for sex workers. The debate over legalization is complex and multifaceted. Proponents argue that bringing the industry out of the shadows would allow for greater oversight, reduce the influence of organized crime, and provide sex workers with legal protections and access to essential services. Opponents, however, contend that legalization would only serve to legitimize and expand the industry, potentially leading to increased trafficking and exploitation. The Thai government has taken some steps towards addressing the issue, implementing stricter penalties for child sex tourism and launching awareness campaigns aimed at both tourists and locals. However, many argue that more needs to be done to protect the vulnerable and to create a more equitable and just system. The path forward is unclear, but the conversation is shifting. As Pattaya grapples with its identity as a global tourist destination, it must also confront the social and ethical implications of its most notorious industry. Section 4. A city in transition. Finding a balance between pleasure and progress. Pattaya stands at a crossroads, caught between its legacy of pleasure and its aspirations for a sustainable future. The city is evolving, diversifying its offerings to attract a wider range of tourists. The sex industry is deeply entrenched in the city's fabric. There's a growing awareness that change is needed. Efforts to promote responsible tourism are gaining traction. New developments are attracting a different kind of visitor. Only time will tell what the future holds for Pattaya. The lingering scent of temptation. Pattaya's unforgettable embrace. Pattaya. The name itself lingers on the tongue like a shot of tequila, fiery, potent, unforgettable. The city worms its way under your skin, whispering its siren song long after you've left. You'll remember the chaotic symphony of tuk-tuk horns and thumping bass lines, the sweet intoxication of a night that never seemed to end. Most of all, you'll remember the people, the kaleidoscope of faces. A city of contradictions where vice and virtue collide. Pattaya is a city of contradictions, a place where the sacred and the profane, the sublime and the sordid, coexist in an uneasy but intoxicating embrace. It's a place where you can meditate in a centuries-old temple in the morning and find yourself swept up in the hedonistic whirlwind of walking street after dark. It's a city that challenges your perceptions, forces you to confront your own moral compass, and reminds you that the world is rarely black and white. You'll witness acts of incredible kindness amidst the hedonism, a street vendor sharing their meal with a stray dog, a group of ladyboys donating money to a homeless man, a stranger offering a helping hand when you need it most. Pattaya's duality is what makes it so compelling. It's a city that reflects the full spectrum of human experience, the light and the shadow, the beautiful and the grotesque, the sacred and the profane. It's a reminder that life is rarely simple, that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places, and that even in the heart of darkness, there's always a flicker of hope. Beyond the stereotypes, discovering the soul of Sin City. It's easy to dismiss Pattaya as a one-dimensional caricature, a playground for vice and excess. But to truly understand this city, you need to look beyond the stereotypes, to peel back the layers, and discover the beating heart beneath the neon facade. Pattaya is a city of survivors, of dreamers, of those who have come from all corners of the globe to forge their own paths, to escape their pasts, or to simply live life on their own terms. It's a place where you can reinvent yourself, where you can be whoever you want to be, free from the judgment and constraints of your everyday life. Take the time to talk to the locals, to listen to their stories, to understand their hopes and dreams. You'll find a warmth and generosity of spirit that transcends the transactional nature of the tourist industry. You'll discover a deep respect for tradition alongside a remarkable capacity for adaptation and change. Pattaya's soul is not found in its go-go bars or its massage parlors, but in the resilience of its people, in their ability to find joy and connection amidst the chaos, and in their unwavering belief in the power of human kindness. Pattaya's siren song. Will you heed the call? Pattaya is not for everyone. It's a city that will challenge you, test you, and leave you forever changed. It's a place that will seduce you with its charms one minute and confront you with its harsh realities the next. But for those who dare to venture beyond the surface, who are willing to embrace the contradictions and to see the world through a different lens, Pattaya offers an experience unlike any other. It's a city that will stay with you long after you've left, its memories etched into your consciousness like a vivid dream. You might find yourself yearning for the chaotic energy of walking street, the taste of a cold Singa beer on a humid night, the sound of laughter echoing through the streets. Pattaya's siren song is a call to adventure, an invitation to step outside your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. It's a reminder that life is short, that pleasure is fleeting, and that sometimes the greatest adventures are found in the most unexpected places. So ask yourself, will you heed the call? If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell so you never miss an update, and leave a comment below to share your thoughts. Your engagement helps us bring you more content like this. Thank you for watching.